Welcome to the All Ball Show, presented by Abstract Sports, where we bring sports back to life. I'm your host, Kyle Clay 2K. In the All Ball Show, we focus on basketball-only content, and to tip things off, I'm covering every single team in the NBA from worst to best in each conference. I'm going to look at their rosters and discuss how I think they're going to perform this upcoming season. Let's get the ball rolling with the number 14 seed from the Eastern Conference last season, the Orlando Magic. A quick little intro about the Magic. They are based out of Orlando. Who would have thought? But they're in Orlando, and they're a National Basketball Association team. They compete in the Eastern Conference, the Southeast Division. And then you have head coach Steve Clifford. They've been the Orlando Magic since 1989. That's how long they've been around. They play at the Amway Center. Their mascot is probably the best in the NBA. His name is Stuff. His full name is Stuff the Magic Dragon. That's obviously a play on words about Puff the Magic Dragon. It's a song. All I know is that Aaron Gordon jumped over Stuff in an NBA dunk contest a few years ago, and it was probably the best dunk contest I've ever seen. And that's even with Vince Carter, because yes, I was around back then. But enough with the weird stuff. Okay, let's jump into the numbers and the players and the do-goods and the do-bads. These guys are a do-bad. They're the number 14 team in the Eastern Conference, as I've already said a couple times now. They had a record of 25 and 57. That means they won 25 games. They lost 57 games. They won 15 games in conference and lost 37. They had a 17 and 24 home record and an 8 and 33 record on the road. Pretty bad, pretty comparable to the Hawks. The Hawks had how many? They had 24 and 58. These guys had one more win. That's it. Not much you can really say about them. I know that they were plagued with injuries throughout the season, and they also kind of struggled to find a leader who can just kind of guide them on the court. They have a lot of young guys, and that really showed. So just to rattle off some of the names on their roster from last season, according to basketball-reference.com, Aaron Aflalo, Jamel Artis, DJ Augustine, Kem Birch, Bismack Biyombo. That's one guy that I do know about. Very athletic big man, also very young. He's 6'9", 255. He's not from America. He's from, I don't know what that flag is. Why don't you tell me what that flag is? I am blown away. Bismack Biyombo is from the Congo. There you go. Then you have Evan Fournier. He's actually really good if his performance in NBA 2K has anything to say about it. He's a dang good defender. Aaron Gordon, he flies high. He's won a he should have won a dunk contest against Zach LaVine where he jumped over Stuff the Magic Dragon, as I mentioned. He wears the 00. He's seems like a pretty cool guy, honestly. He's one of those players that I wouldn't mind hanging out with. He seems pretty chill. He's 6'9", 220, went to the University of Arizona. Kind of compared to Blake Griffin in a way because he's a bigger guy, but he can dunk like a monster. So, yeah, that's Aaron Gordon in a nutshell. He just dunks a lot. Mario Hezonja, Jonathan Isaac, Wesley Iwundu, Shelvin Mack, Adrian Payne, Elfrid Payton, Rodney Purvis, Terrence Ross. I know Terrence Ross dropped like 50 points for the Raptors, I think, a couple years ago in the playoffs. And that was pretty wild. Jonathan Simmons. This guy is a G League alum. For those who don't know, the NBA G League is it used to be called the D League, which stood for Developmental League. Now it's the G League, so really it's the Gatorade League. So they bought the rights to that league as the naming rights. It's the Developmental League for the NBA, where players can actually have two-way contracts where they play in the G League and they can get called up to the professional level, to the NBA, and they can get called back down and another guy can get brought up. It's kind of like minor league baseball, but only one level. So you have obviously college basketball, then you have the G League. If you don't make it in the draft, you can develop your skills, get better, and then if you prove yourself in the G League, then an NBA team might pick you up and put you on the court, put you there live, put you on the stage, put you in the spotlight. Woo! But yeah, Jonathan Simmons, he's a darn good guy. Played for the Spurs a couple years ago, made a big splash, made a big name for himself. Maurice Bates, he's been around for a while. Rashad Vaughn, and Nikola Vucevic. I don't know how to say that. But that is pretty much your list of players from the Orlando Magic from last season. There's a few of those guys that have a lot of potential in this league, and I think a look at their roster for next year will have a little bit more to say about how they might perform in the upcoming season. So it looks like they actually kept some of the guys from last year, a good number of them. Those are DJ Augustine, Evan Fournier, Aaron Gordon, Terrence Ross, Jonathan Simmons, and Nikola Vucevic. And again, some of these player names that I'm saying, they may have been brought over or they may have been traded off by the time you've listened to this podcast or this episode or watched this video, whatever it is. But those are the names that showed up on the roster when I did some research. I'm actually really excited for the Magic. I don't think they're going to make the playoffs this year. That's my early prediction, just because they do have a lot of guys on their team that don't really have that winning experience underneath them. They do have a guy named Timothy Mozgov. I believe he was on the Warriors. Or no, he was on the Cavs for a while when they were starting to win and get to their championship caliber. Mo Bamba, he's a promising young talent, big guy, really athletic, can block, rebound, and just kind of dominate down low. And Aaron Gordon, I mean, he's really worked on his game quite a bit in the last couple of years. He used to be known as just a high-flying dunker, but he really wasn't that strong to be able to push guys around in the paint. So he put some weight on, been hitting the gym, lifting the weights, all those good things. And he actually also worked on his jumper. So he's developed more of a three-point shot, mid-range shot. So he's a little more dangerous on the court. If you leave him open, he can hit a shot. If you come out and defend him, he can drive past you and dunk on your face. And that does it for this episode of the All Ball Show presented by Abstract Sports. How do you think the Magic are going to do? Please let us know in the comments. Let us know if you think they're going to stink. Let us know if you think they're going to ball. Let us know what you think just in general. But don't forget to hit that like button, hit the subscribe button so you can catch all the basketball content all season long. I'm your host, Kyle Clay 2K. I'll see you in the next one.